y'all, how we doing? How we doing? I figured I had a minute. I've been sitting in here making jigs. I don't know. This is probably about a little over 10 hours now, but I wanted to cover something real quick before I call it a night. During the winter, y'all, I get a lot of requests for smaller jigs, and I'm on the same page. These guys ordering these jigs. As you can see, I got a bunch here in front of me, all different colors, orange, yellow, chartreuse, blue, man, I mean, you name it, they ask for it. But a lot of times in crappie, you know, they school up, they bunch up, especially when it gets real cold. Sometimes I catch them right on the edge of a little creek, you know, or a little drop off or something. And I'll drop that daggum lure. You know, I use a double jig rig 90% of the time. And I'll just drop it right down in that school, you know, and start. I'm talking about a tiny bit of movement, y'all. As soon as I start bringing it back above that school, normally that's when they strike. But these little jigs come in handy for that, y'all. They come in real handy for it. Crappie's not, you know, they're in the transitioning stage, and they're not really just chasing bait, you know. But you drop them two small ones right down on top of them, right on their nose, they gonna hit it, y'all. So let's get this knocked out real quick. We got tied with a Chartreuse 210 flat wax. Hey, y'all, I guarantee you this gonna be a good jig. I actually started out, I didn't want to cut that off. I started out too far, you know, away. Normally, you hear me say all the time, you don't want to start out with that much thread sticking out. You know, you want to keep your bobbin, you know, within an inch or so of the shank of that hook, unless you're trying to catch a feather, you know, or some material or something, then you pull out more thread. But the rule of thumb is you want to keep that sawagon, you know, as close to that shank as you can. We're going to use copper Flashaboo, y'all. That's 1/32. There's that Flashaboo Magnum. I will put that in the video. That's some good stuff, y'all. I really like that copper, and I have some good. I catch a lot of good fish on the copper and orange, y'all. I'm not kidding. A lot of good fish. We got it up there. Make sure they're not the same length, because I promise you they will stick, y'all. Promise you from personal experience. We're using a synthetic bucktail. That is 6 inches. Now, with a smaller jig, y'all, we're not gonna take as much now. We are gonna double it up, but we just want to take. I'm gonna say we probably got about, I don't know, about 10 or so threads of it. We gonna double it up, you know, or triple it up. We'll put it up there and we'll look at it and see what it's doing, and then we'll go from there. So, but you don't want a big, huge, bushy tail, you know, on a 32nd or a 64, you know, jig head. So it just looks off, you know. So yeah, see, I didn't cut that much of it. That's gonna be perfect. So I tripled it up, y'all. Before we put it on there, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Bam, and we gonna be good to go. And also, this gentleman here, real nice guy. He orders from me all the time. He actually wants some of that pearl in there too, y'all. So we gotta add another layer of color in there for him. I had a couple that was just wild, what they call wild hair, and I wanted to get rid of them, y'all. So that's what we are doing. All right, you see how it does have that little shoulder on there, but that's absolutely not hurting nothing, y'all. I mean, nothing. All right, we're gonna tie that off, y'all. Make sure that knot, you know, put you some pressure on there. You don't want to break it now. Once you start working with that thread, you'll know, you know, you don't want to put enough, you don't want to put too much pressure on it and break it. This is the same thing, y'all, actually just manufactured different. It's just synthetic hair is all it is. If you go on some of these websites I'm telling you about, Barlows, Nimrods, you go to any of their websites, you can see the different synthetic, you know, polar fiber, Bucktail. Man, he got tons of it. This one here, I'm just gonna double. So I cut that sucker about 4 inches, as you can see. And if y'all see these bags sometimes, y'all see me folding one of these bags. A lot of this stuff doesn't come in bags, y'all. I mean, it comes in bags, but it may not come in that particular bag. That may be something I had that was laying around, you know, and it just actually fits better in my drawer or in my little, wherever I keep it. So we double that up. We're gonna lay that right on top. Get us a few light wraps on there to get it where we want it. Then we gotta tie that sucker in. And see how I pulled out to catch that top? Because I knew if that thread was not gonna jump up on there and catch it. So I went on and pulled me out a little extra thread, and I caught it that way. I didn't have any issues. Oh yeah, that's gonna stand out nice, y'all. And keep in mind now, when you're building them smaller jigs, you know, you want your profile to fit the head. You don't want a big, huge profile, you know, with a little bitty head, y'all. It just don't look right. So, this right here, just regular old woolly booger. And it is from Barlows as well, y'all. You hear that snap? That was, it got hung in something or pinched in something. So instead of taking a chance of it breaking down the road, I just went on and busted it off right then. That way I knew, without a doubt, that sucker's tied in. I'm gonna tie that thread completely in, and by golly, we're gonna be good to go. Tie some knot in there. Y'all see how I'm pulling on that, right? I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. You want to make sure that you, once you tie your knot there, you want that knot. You know, it's just like tying a knot on your hook. You want that daggum knot to hold now. And now, right here, y'all, you'll see me. Even though I got that little bitty head, I'm still gonna build my thread up. You know, I still want that sucker to have, you know, I still want him to have that extra color choice. So it may run, that thread may run up on that head a little bit, but as long as it is not, you know, bigger than the size of the head, as long as it's below on the back side of that head, you're 100% fine. You see me right there, what I was doing, I was putting some pressure on there to make sure that, you know, it was tied in good, and it was on there, it wasn't going anywhere. Now, we're gonna take that sucker. Whoop, whoop, doo 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 doo. You see I'm pulling on that too now. You want that, when you do that wet finish, you want that sucker to be tight now. You don't want it to be loose. You see how I'm building that thread up? And a lot of times, y'all, I can't see the back side. You're just, you know, you're kind of eyeballing it. And sometimes I may catch that thread on the back side a little bit. It's absolutely not hurting a thing. Not hurting a thing. Man, I'm gonna tell you. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, my old buddy, he can be happy with that jig, and he gonna catch some crappie with it too, y'all. Look at that. Golly. Boy, that's a good looking jig, y'all. Oh, yeah. Crappie gotta have a bite of that. Now, me, that's gonna lay down when you get in the water. But me sending out the door with some, some stray hair. Normally I don't do that, y'all, unless somebody just asks for it. Boy, look at that. Woo-wee. I guarantee you a crappie, you gotta have a bite of that bad boy. Guys and gals, I appreciate y'all watching. Sure hope y'all learning a thing or two about building these jigs. We will see y'all next time. Hey, do not forget now, hit that subscribe button. When we get to 1,000, we giving away that trip, y'all. Hotel, meal included, and an awesome crappie trip, y'all. You don't want to miss out. Look, I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. Appreciate the likes, the subscribe, the comments. As always, if you got any questions, I started to put my cell phone number in the description. Do not hesitate to reach out, y'all. God bless. I'll see y'all next time.